See, it's that manifestation thing that trips you up every time, because if you don't care about being on the verge of manifestation, if the manifestation isn't an issue, the emotion is the issue. You're not on the verge of feeling interested, you're there. You're not on the verge of being happy, you're there. You're not on the verge, you're wholly there. And if you're wholly there, then it has to manifest. What we're trying to convince you in is the deliciousness of the knowing and the feeling of the vortex. We're not kidding you when we say everything that you want is about that feeling anyway. So why not go straight to the feeling and just feel the thrill of the interest, feel the thrill of the knowing. And we promise you the manifestation will come. That's just how it comes. That's how the rich just keep getting richer. So they focus like rich people focus, and then more rich comes to them. And we say, yes, but you don't have to be rich to focus rich. You don't have to be abundant this red hot minute. You just have to find a way of feeling abundant, you see. And the universe, we got to tell you, the universe will follow you round in a concierge-like attitude, opening doors and rolling out red carpets for you in ways that you can't hire done. In other words, when you start practicing the in the vortex emotions and you begin to see what this incredible universe is able to orchestrate for you now that you are an emotionally cooperative component, you'll never again have the conversation about being on the verge of it, because you'll be so full of the present tense unfolding of it. It's not like saving up for some big event. Everything is a big event. Oh, wonderful conversation with that person on the elevator. Feels so good moving down the street in my vehicle. Oh, magnificent weather showering down around me. Ooh, good ideas flowing in and out of my mind. Loving people surrounding me. Good meals everywhere I go. In other words, when you get tuned in to the frequency of this vortex, the kinds of things that we've been talking about become a non-issue. There's no effort. The vortex just takes you in. Esther says it's like being under the spell of something so wonderful and so powerful that it just says, here, loved one, here, loved one, here, loved one, here, loved one, oh, here, loved one, here, loved one. Ooh, you like that? Here's more. That feels good. Here's more. Think it can't get any better? It can. Here's more. It's like that. Just catch you in your on the vergenesses. When you catch yourself feeling that something that isn't yet is about to happen. In other words, there's a fine line between anticipation and expectation. In other words, anticipation, positive anticipation, and negative expectation. Expectation, what you expect. You want to train your expectancy into wonderful things. We want you to know as we know what you are capable of living fully. We want you to sniff it out with your emotions and embrace it so fully when you find those moments. Like right now, you know what's going on right now? As you're listening to us, you are practicing the vibration of your true reality of well-being, you see. And a lot of it's manifested, but you're feeling the vibration of so much that's in your vortex. And if you could just maintain this feeling, you know what we're talking about. You're feeling it, aren't you? You can feel it because you know we know it. And when you know we know it like we know it, when we're focused on you knowing what we know, you know it. Don't you know it? You know it. You know it. You can't not know it. You cannot have been here listening to it and not know it, at least to a degree, in the way that we know it, you see. So as you just milk that, as you just milk what you know, then the universe says, well, this amplifies it, and this amplifies it. Here's evidence of this. Here's evidence of this stable vibration. Here's evidence of this stable, chronic, in the vortex vibration that you've got going on. What you're living, what's manifesting is always evidence of the stable vibration you got going on. And you have the ability to improve it all day, every day. All day, every day.
Yeah.
We want to put meditation in its perfect context. Meditation, distraction from resistance.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Distraction from resistance. So let's say you've got something that's troubling you and it's active and it's saying, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Now, you might be able to think of something that feels a little better and think of something that feels a little better, and we've been teaching that for a long time, but it is a harder, slower way of going about it than to find yourself in the vortex and know what that means and then milk it, because everything in your environment must acquiesce to your stable vibration. It does. As you're walking around, everything that's manifesting as you walk around, as you move around through your world, as you move around in conversations with others, in conversations in your own mind, as you're moving around this physical environment in which you live, there is a grouping of closely associated vibrational cooperative components who walk around with you everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. It's just everywhere you go. That's what your world is. So here you are, you're walking down the same street with other people in different worlds, because you're at different vibrational places. So what we were getting at, let's just finish out this thought. So what we were getting at is, what's happening around you is a picture perfect reflection of your habit of vibration. But if you could let your knowledge of the existence of the vortex train your frequency, and if you could let the absence of thought, which is what happens in meditation, allow your frequency to raise, that's why meditate, your frequency raise, you're in a different place. Different things are actualizing around you. Try it and observe who you meet up with and how the day gets off to its start. Who do you meet? What do they say? How do you feel when they say it? What's your point of traction? Then the next day, meditate for 15 or 20 minutes and see if anything changes. And we promise you it will. Yeah. Something appropriate to your vibration will come to you. Something appropriate to your vibration is always what comes to you. Always.